truck's just getting here. First look. Oh man, she looks good.
Raise your hand. If you a baddie and you know it, raise your hand. Hundreds and fifties make you do the money.
Oh my gosh, so clean. Man, it's a beautiful day. All right, guys, so it's back. My 85 SR5 4Runner. I paid $3 grand for it. Right now, I'm 10 grand all in with all the body work, all the paint, and I feel like I got an 85 SR5 really off the showroom floor. I mean, there's a whole bunch of minor stuff that I gotta work out, but it runs good, it looks good, the body's like brand new, there's zero rust on it. Before I pull it out in the sun, I wanna show you guys underneath it, because the dry ice, the ospheric acid, the OSPHO, cleaning it, and then putting a light coat on it has made a huge difference. And it's 40 years old, and I'll get another 40 years out. I mean, I'll be dead by then, but I'm gonna pass it down to my kids. This is one of those forever rigs for me. I have very few forever rigs. Actually, let me show you a couple forever rigs. Actually, most of my forever rigs are with buddies. My 70 Porsche is with Jason. My 80 911 is with Andy, but let me show you a couple forever rigs. All right. My 1999 TJ Sahara. Nothing fancy about this rig, except I've owned this rig 20 years and I don't want to ever get rid of it. In fact, I just fixed the tires. It deserved to have the tires fixed because it was sitting on flats. I have nothing done really at all. I need to get a rear seat for the kids, but it's the Sahara trim, so it had those wider fender flares. I've done some shitty built stuff on it. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. And it still has, dude, I had this in the Army. I think I got this at the PX in like 2003, 2002. Yeah, this sticker, God bless our troops, especially our snipers, has been on there since the early 2000s. So one of my favorite vehicles that I've owned the longest, it is a forever rig. I got a best top, soft top for it. My Jeep mechanic, the Jeep guy down in the valley, has done some work into it, but this will be a long-term project. I want to stretch it with an LJ kit. I also have Dana 60s 1-ton axles that I want to put underneath this. Another time, another day. A lot of people have said, let's see the F250. Well, a couple things. One, this F250, this perfect 1976 body, was put on this and rebuilt because the original owner, it was in a family. The original owners decided they wanted to kind of restore it, so they did. They invested a lot of money, except for me, yes, it's beautiful, it's awesome, I love it, but it's not four-wheel drive. Now, the cool thing about this is they are easily transferable, the two-wheel drive versions of this, on a four-wheel drive highboy, which I have. I don't want to walk all the way out there, but right there, that little guy right there. So I got that off of a kid for really nothing. Everything's coming off of it, and this is getting swapped onto it. Why? Because it deserves a long life, but off-road where it belongs. Now, this is a camper XLT, like all the trim, really cool. This is a forever rig in the four-wheel drive version of it. The old Scrambler. One of my favorite vehicles of all time. The Scrambler is basically a stretched CJ7. It's called a CJ8. And this is an original CJ8. The original paint, it has never been painted. You see all the cracks, the old mahogany center console. But all original, no special trim in this one. Just how I like it though. 135s with bead locks. These are really good bead locks. I love these wheels. I just had my Jeep guy put a front bumper on it with a loop, some KC, old school KC highlights, and an old worn winch I had on a project, as well as a cage. Just a bolt-on cage, not chopping much. And this rig with the new soft top, I got new soft doors for it. This is like one of my favorite rigs because it's reliable, it starts every time, and I can go Jeeping anywhere with the family, which is really cool. Proper built. This is a 2001 Dynatrac Dana 60 full build axle that I have the receipt for that he paid $5 grand for in 2001. Really cool because it's still on there and it's still working. Oh, I love this Jeep. So old school. Still has the cassette deck. Only real thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some noise dampening stuff, some Dynamat, and then put a full carpet set in it. Besides that, ain't really nothing getting changed. Even this wonky antenna. All right, inside here, these are not forever projects. I'm going to rebuild the 289 in this. It's a 1947 Willys CJ2A. Just fit a 33 on here. You know, you can keep it all original or you could do a couple things to it. This thing was modded in the 60s because it's got a 1967 that's been swapped into it out of a Ford Mustang, a Ford 289 with the original tag on it. Really cool. Not a forever vehicle, a flipper for sure. FJ40 project, flipper for sure. This guy. So this is a forever vehicle. It's a 1983 Porsche 911, a Euro spec. So Euro spec had certain features, like it was more lightweight. It had this, which is an indication that it was Euro spec. The bumpers were a little bit different. This one is going to get built into basically an outlaw street car, but with racing in mind, as it was prepped for racing. Beautiful car. The engine's being rebuilt right now, but definitely a forever vehicle. Again, a vehicle that I'll hand down to my kids. I already did a video on this. This is a Honda Civic that I grew up with. I never got a chance to own an EG. It has a B-Series swap in it, like out of an LS Integra, but that will be swapped for likely a K24 or K20. And this guy, so excuse the mess, we're chopping all the crap that was on it because this one I want to bring back as original as possible. This is a 1951 CJ3, and it has a slant 6 225 V6 swapped in. Really cool engine, really reliable, and the engine at the time for this, they didn't even have to bang out the firewall here. This vehicle I picked up from a local family down the road. It is a awesome vehicle. There's not a lot of rust anywhere. I mean, you got this stuff, but they're not rusted through. It's got the original decals right here, the original VIN plate right here. So really cool vehicle. I'm gonna return it back to more of its original form. We already chopped the rear bumper, this monstrosity of a bumper. I'll keep this roll cage for the kids because we'll be towing this to Moab, especially when it gets a little warmer. This whole thing is gonna come off. And then I'm putting back on CJ2 wheels from this one because this one's gonna have 33s on it. I've already pressure washed these. This is going to get bettered and it's gonna be a good setup. So some of this stuff's forever. Some of this stuff is flips. A lot of these vehicles, once I'm done with them, we'll be selling and putting out the call on YouTube. Here's the cool thing about when I sell these vehicles, just like I did with the 4Runner, the 86 4Runner that I sold like in 2 minutes because of you guys. I will never mark up those vehicles. I'll be very transparent for what I paid for. And because you guys support the channel, I'm gonna sell these vehicles to my users and not make a profit. So I paid $2,000 for this Jeep. I'll probably invest a couple more thousand when it's all said and done. I'll spend some time with the family and then I'll sell it to you guys at what I paid for it. And first come, first serve. Like I just did that with the 86 4Runner, which it's a beautiful SR5 trimmed 4Runner, but nothing like my dream unicorn 4Runner, which I'll never sell. This 4Runner will go to my kids one day. I'll bring it down and show you a little walk around here in a bit, but I wanna show you underneath it. Let's actually get this up a little bit. All right, so videos ago, we did dry ice everywhere, but this vehicle only had rust in the seams here, which you'll see is now completely repaired, and had no other rust anywhere. I mean, dude, like nowhere, nothing. Now, this is going to get a 63 Chevy 3-link suspension kit. So these are all going down, but look at everything. Like the drivetrain on this, I mean, everything is freaking mint. The engine, the oil pan, there's not a lot of oil leaking out of it. Like the connection points, the steering rack, like everything looks super clean. I even got a new set of leaf springs that are going on this with shocks. So with the 3-link, it's going to be perfect. Now, I love these 33s. I adore these 33s. Like the original wheel, I just cleaned them up. I bronzed the interior part of this, but I'm definitely going to put 35s. I'm not going to go 37s because I don't want to trim the beauty that is the paint and body of this SR5 now. But she's looking so good underneath. Like I know a lot of people like focus on the aesthetics, the suspension, and some guys don't care if there's rust, but I love going through all of this stuff and making sure it's clean and just looking good. Because I know if I've addressed any surface rust that I am never going to have to worry about it rotting through the body. Because look at this, dude, so clean. All right, let's get this thing down and show you what we got. All right, guys, got her back here with Andy. We just popped the truck bed off this 75. Yep. And we're offering it for free. So if you want it, come and get it. But this is just back from body and paint, obviously. So if you guys remember, originally this was all white. The entire thing was white. And this had rust caked here and there was rust down in here. So I got 2 rear quarters, and those 2 rear quarters were basically welded on and seamed in the right place. Let's see if we can find some weld marks. You see it over there? Here's one. But look how clean it is right here. So essentially it's like a brand new 4Runner. I mean, these guys did an amazing job. They're good guys that gave me a fair price. They're based out down in Salt Lake City area. I'll link them down below with their contact information if you want to get paint and body. We actually have an CJ8 94 triple locked.
Yep, that they just picked up yesterday, and we'll be able to show some more video on that one in about 3 weeks. But they've done a great job. They were thorough. They sent updated videos pretty regularly on how things were going. And at Mike's underselling, like this was completely chopped and re-welded in out of a donor vehicle from California. So the fact that they did that and it looks as good as it does is really impressive to their craftsmanship still being of the highest quality.
God, man, it's almost too nice.
It's really nice.
This rear, I pulled out the glass and cut out this section right here. I don't need the glass in here because the GFC camper is going on it. So right now I could just pop it open on the latch, but I have to rig a latch in here for it to really work before I put a tailgate set up here so I could at least have a table for stuff. They also did a texture side of it where it's basically rhino lined using that texture in the paint, and then everything above that is just smooth. But they did the same thing inside all the way to here, and the rear carpet, I'm gonna put the center carpet piece in with the rear seats, and then this part will be just rhino lined. Because I anticipate Tupperware bins will be able to step up in this to get up into the camper. They even painted the bar. I didn't ask them to do that. They didn't charge me additional, but they painted the bar, took it out, cleaned it up, painted it, and it looks real good. I'm super impressed because this will probably be the last time you guys see it in this form. We still got a lot of work to do. I'm putting 35. I've decided, what do we, 35s, right?
We're doing 35s, you're gonna 3-link the front end.
Yeah, so 3-link at the front end, 63 rear
Chevy springs.
Rear Chevy springs. We're gonna put 35s with bronze wheels, probably something like Method. I mean, I love these wheels, don't get me wrong, but these aren't gonna work for the application I want. I want aluminum alloy. They're aluminum alloy, right? Yeah, so they're a little lighter weight. And then the only thing I haven't figured out yet is what I'm gonna do for the bumper, rock slider, and rear tail combos. One of the most impressive parts of this body work is all of this was rusted out. It had rust in both A-pillars. They cleaned it down to bare metal, filled some gaps, and then painted it, and it's perfect now. So glass gets glued in. They use a glue sealer, and then I'll have to put that little metal trim gasket over top of it. But besides that, there's not a ton of work to do. Just want to give you guys a short update video. Man, that looks good. I love the wheels too. Old school. It does need 35s though. Let me know what you guys think down below.